Hello every pony, Artesiana here. Link to my DiviniNut in the description below, and also for my Patreon if you like to do that. Warning: this video will contain pictures from Google that is not mine. Please go and get credits to the respected owners of the copyrights. And also warning: this video will be about the new episode Bloom and Gloom. If you haven't already seen it, go and watch it instead of seeing this, because this is going to contain spoilers and what I think about the episode and what I see in the episode, because this episode, you guys, it's just great. Okay, yeah. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Okay, we start the episode off when finding out that Babseed got her cutie mark and it's a pair of scissors. Well, okay. I thought it was going to be seeds or something like that. But we forget that the scissors cutie mark could actually also represent so much more than just, cutting and stuff. It could tell that she's sharp, that she's intelligent, and maybe that she found out her special talent is to, cut through all of the bullshit. I don't know how to say that without laughing. But we forget that, for example, Charity's cutie mark, she has these smiling flowers, and she's a teacher. Who says that Babseed can't have, a scissors cutie mark without being it regulated to, for example, hair, or having something to do with cutting in clothes or something like that? Oh, Sweetie Belle would be so jealous if she got a cutie mark in making clothes. Ah, jeez. Okay, now for the rest of it. And finally, I got my episode. I've been waiting for this episode for so long, where, it finally dawns to the Cutie Mark Crusaders that maybe getting a cutie mark is not a very good idea, or something will happen and they will get a bad cutie mark. And I really do love this, and I must admit that hold the phones. I called it. Okay, I I called it. I said in a very early video that the cutie mark crusaders would have, be in doubt of the cutie marks, and they will maybe have, nightmares, or there was something happen to them. And yeah, I just love this, and I think it was not easy to figure out that all of them were nightmares. But I guess when the first one was a nightmare, I was like, okay, then all of them is going to be a nightmare. And we have seen this in movies also, and I was starting to think a lot about, the Matrix. And also, did Luna just become the keymaker or something like that? I think they took a lot of inspiration from that scene, like here, and also where, they get the guns. It almost looks like where, the guns come out and it goes from both sides. And well, never mind. I was also thinking a lot about Adam Sandler movie called Click, where he gets a remote that can, fast forward in his life or pause or stuff like that. And when he gets it, you know, he tries it out and it ends badly. And I do see a connection from that movie to this episode of My Little Pony, because, well, in Click it becomes even more sad and stuff like that. But also in that, his family, he finds out that his family don't, maybe love him that much because he doesn't have time. And it's so sad to see. And it also ends with something very, very sad, but I will not spoil that here. You can go and see the movie yourself. I was also thinking about Bruce the Almighty with Jim Carrey, and yeah, again, where people or somebody gets a lot of powers and you know misuse them, and bad stuff is going to happen, and they figure out that they're just fine with having no powers at all. And I actually also thought of other Adam Sandler movie called Bedtime Stories, because here the stories become to life, and he's just trying to get his children to fall asleep, and everything funny happens also in that story. So, something that I was very surprised of was that I also thought a lot about other Jim Carrey movie, and I'm not sure you know this, but if you don't, you should definitely go and watch it. It's called The Truman Show, where he's trapped in a world and everybody, is taping his life. And I do see a connection from this and also to the new episode, especially because Apple Bloom finds, the door. She finds the way to break through and not care anymore about what other people says about her or thinks about her. And now we also know a little bit more about Starlight Glimmer, because I actually thought that she didn't love her cutie mark and wanted to switch it out for something else. But this episode teaches us that no matter what your cutie mark is, you will, accept it and move on, I guess. This episode was just very, very beautiful, and I love the Applejack singing. I was thinking so much about my mom and about me, and it made me actually a little bit teary, and I was crying a little bit, and I think it was very beautiful episode. Now I changed my cutie mark, and I know that it sounds very bad now that I did this, but I must admit I was never in doubt of who I was. I was just in doubt of that what my cutie mark was representing, or how to say that I needed to change. And the biggest change I could take was to change my cutie mark, and that is also what this episode is telling us, that the biggest change you can have is the cutie mark changing. Also, I was thinking about our last movie, and this is not going to be very fun. It's going to be a Requiem for a Dream. Okay, I will not recommend you going and watching this movie, because it's very dark and a lot of bad stuff is happening. But that also takes up what is going to happen to you if you have all that you can ever dream about. And yeah, I really don't hope that something is going to happen to Granny Smith. Please, no. I'm so worried now. I'm like, oh no, one of the future episodes is going to be thanks for the memories, and I'm like, no, please no. Oh my god, it's almost going to be like seeing my own grandma passing if this happens. So I hope that the episode or the season will go on to season 6 or something, with still, a whole family, uh, and we don't have to think a lot about that. I know that it's going to happen at some point, but I feel like I was more ready to having Apple Bloom, getting her cutie mark, and instead of all of that. And this episode also shows you that no matter what your cutie mark is, or no matter what color you are, or who you are, you're going to be accepted and you're always going to have a home. And that is also what I'm trying to tell you guys in the other videos that I made, that all OCs, that all cutie marks, that all stuff has a right to have a home. And that is actually all. Remember that inspiration is right around the corner, and remember to have a great day. And I can't wait for the next episode. And also, what is up with the Twitter jokes? Now, before it was like this tweet doesn't make any sense, and now it's Twitter mites. Well, okay, that's all. Bye.